You know what's common between a lottery ticket and a financial plan? Most people don't understand either. But hey, here we are trying to change that. Today, we're going to embark on a journey of financial literacy. It's a topic that might seem daunting, but it's also incredibly important. Why? Because understanding money matters can be the difference between a life of struggle and a life of stability and prosperity. Now, we're not just here to chat about the importance of financial literacy. We're going to delve deep into the top 10 reasons why individuals who are economically disadvantaged often lack this essential skill. From the scarcity of role models to the jargon-filled world of finance, we're going to unravel it all piece by piece. So buckle up and get ready to dive into the world of finance, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Scene script. Ever tried learning a new language without a teacher? That's what learning about finance without a role model feels like. Imagine being dropped into a foreign country without knowing a single word of their language. You'd probably feel lost, confused, and a little bit scared, right? That's how many people feel when they try to navigate the world of finance without a guide. A role model, someone who's been there, done that, can shine a light on the path, showing us how to manage our money, invest wisely, and build wealth. But what happens when you don't have that role model? You're left to figure things out on your own, often through trial and error. This lack of guidance can lead to poor financial decisions, missed opportunities, and a sense of confusion about how to best use and grow your money. The absence of financial role models can significantly affect financial literacy. As the old saying goes, you can't be what you can't see. So no role models, no financial literacy, it's as simple as that. Financial terms can sound like a foreign language. Ever heard of quantitative easing? Sounds like a math problem, right? Well, it's not. In fact, it's a monetary policy where central banks increase the money supply in an economy. But see, that's the thing. The world of finance is riddled with such jargon. Now, imagine trying to navigate this world without understanding the language. It would be like trying to read a book in a language you don't speak. This is the reality for many individuals lacking financial literacy. Complex terms like amortization, capital gains, equity, and portfolio diversification can be quite intimidating. This jargon acts as a barrier, preventing individuals from fully understanding the financial landscape, making it harder for them to make informed decisions about their money. And when you don't understand something, it's easier to ignore or avoid it. So, confusing jargon is one more reason why the poor lack financial literacy. Education is the key to success, but what if you don't have the key? Now let's dive into this head-on. It's no secret that quality education often comes with a hefty price tag. This creates a barrier, leaving many individuals without the financial knowledge they need to succeed. Imagine a world where everyone has access to the same educational resources. Sounds like a utopia, right? But the reality is far from it. Many households in economically disadvantaged areas don't have access to the quality education needed to understand complex financial concepts. This doesn't only limit their understanding of personal finance, but also hinders their ability to make wise financial decisions. Lack of access to education doesn't just mean fewer opportunities, it also means being left in the dark about how to manage money effectively. It's like trying to navigate a maze in pitch darkness. So let's change the narrative. Let's make education accessible to everyone, regardless of their economic status. Remember, education is a right, not a privilege. Ever played the game of telephone? The message never stays the same, does it? Now imagine that game, but instead of a harmless message, it's financial advice. Misinformation is a rampant issue that can lead to poor financial decisions and a lack of financial literacy. Let's picture this. Aunt Sally tells you that investing in stocks is like gambling. You trust Aunt Sally, so you avoid the stock market like the plague. But here's the catch. Investing isn't about luck, it's about knowledge and strategy. You've just missed out on a potentially beneficial financial opportunity due to misinformation. Or consider this. A friend shares a get-rich-quick scheme. It sounds too good to be true, but the allure is strong. You invest only to find out it's a scam. Misinformation, once again, has led you astray. Misinformation can be a real roadblock on the journey to financial literacy, so make sure to double-check your financial advice. It's tough to learn how to drive if you don't have a car, right? Similarly, acquiring financial literacy can be challenging when resources are scarce. Think about it. Without access to books, online courses, and financial advisors, how can one learn the ropes of financial management? It's like trying to get a grip on the world of finance while navigating in the dark. We live in an era where information is at our fingertips. Yet not everyone can access this wealth of knowledge. For some, the cost of internet service is a luxury. For others, having spare time to learn about finances is a dream while they juggle multiple jobs. Moreover, the availability of resources isn't the only issue. It's also about the quality of these resources. There are countless financial advice platforms out there, but not all of them provide accurate or helpful information. In conclusion, resources, both in terms of quantity and quality, play a pivotal role in promoting financial literacy. Remember, resources are crucial for financial literacy. Ever felt like a mouse trapped in a maze? That's how predatory lending feels. Imagine this. You're in a tight financial spot and you need cash fast. You see an ad for a loan with easy approval and you think you've found your way out. But the catch? Exorbitant interest rates and hidden fees that you weren't aware of. This, my friends, is the dark world of predatory lending. These practices can lead to a vicious cycle of debt that feels impossible to escape. As you struggle to pay off the principal amount, the interest keeps piling up. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. What's worse, these experiences can hinder financial literacy. They breed fear and mistrust, making it harder for individuals to engage with financial institutions in the future. So the lesson here? Always read the fine print and ask questions. Understand the terms before you sign anything. And remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So beware of the financial traps out there. Ever tried running a race with a broken leg? That's what systemic issues feel like. Now, let's delve into how these systemic issues like poverty and inequality can seriously hamper financial literacy. Imagine being in a society where the deck is stacked against you. You're born into a lower income bracket, and the systems in place are not designed to help you climb out. The wealthier get wealthier, while the poor remain stuck in a cycle of poverty. This is the reality for many, and it's a significant barrier to gaining financial literacy. Inequality, too, plays a significant role. When a large portion of a society's wealth is concentrated in the hands of a few, there's a disparity in the distribution of resources. This disparity makes it harder for those on the lower end of the spectrum to access financial education and resources. The impact of these systemic issues is profound. They create an environment where the poor are kept in the dark about financial matters, hindering their ability to improve their economic status. So, systemic issues are a big hurdle to financial literacy. You know what's scarier than a horror movie? A financial statement for some people. Imagine being handed a document filled with numbers, percentages, and jargon that might as well be a foreign language. This is what a financial statement looks like to many. It's no wonder that fear and intimidation play such a significant role in poor financial literacy. The fear of facing a mountain of complex financial concepts and the intimidation of not understanding them can be paralyzing. This fear often leads to avoidance, a dangerous habit that only deepens financial ignorance. It's like refusing to turn on the lights because you're scared of what might be lurking in the dark. But the only monsters here are the ones born out of misunderstanding and lack of knowledge. Facing these fears, asking questions, seeking help, and taking small, consistent steps towards understanding can make the world of finance less intimidating. It's time to turn on the lights and banish the monsters. Remember, fear is a barrier, not a guide. Ever tried building a house without a solid foundation? That's what lack of trust feels like. Trust, or rather the lack of it, is a major roadblock in the journey towards financial literacy. It's like trying to sail a ship without a compass. Imagine, if you will, a world where financial institutions are viewed with skepticism, where every bank, every credit union, every insurance company is seen as a potential enemy, out to get your hard-earned money. That's the reality for many who lack financial literacy. They see the world of finance as a minefield, full of traps and pitfalls, rather than a tool to build wealth and stability. This lack of trust can lead to poor financial decisions, like keeping money under the mattress instead of investing it wisely. It can also foster a reluctance to seek professional financial advice, further deepening the chasm of financial illiteracy. So, in the end, it all boils down to trust. So, trust is key to financial literacy. You can't bake a cake without a recipe, right? And you can't understand finance without financial education. It's like trying to navigate through a maze blindfolded. The lack of financial education is a major roadblock on the path to financial literacy. Many people struggle with understanding the basics of finance, let alone mastering them. Without a solid foundation in financial education, it's easy to fall into bad habits like overspending or relying too heavily on credit. And without a good understanding of how to manage money, it's difficult to plan for the future or make informed decisions about investments and retirement. Financial education isn't just about learning to balance a checkbook. It's about understanding the value of money, how it works, and how to make it work for you. It's about learning to control your money instead of letting it control you. So financial education is the recipe for financial success. Without it, you're just guessing in the dark, and that's a recipe for disaster. So, we've journeyed through the top 10 reasons why the poor lack financial literacy. Quite a journey, wasn't it? We've uncovered the unfortunate reality of the lack of role models and the intimidating financial jargon that often baffles more than it educates. We've discussed the unfortunate lack of access to education and the misinformation that often fills this void. We've delved into the lack of resources and the predatory lending practices that often exploit the financially illiterate. We've explored systemic issues that perpetuate this cycle and the fear and intimidation that often hinders progress. We've looked at the lack of trust in financial institutions and, most importantly, the overall lack of financial education. All these factors contribute to the poverty cycle, but with increased awareness and education, we can change this narrative. Remember, financial literacy is not a luxury. It's a necessity. So let's make it accessible to all. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Stay financially savvy.